y'all? My name is Ryan Coleman, a.k.a. Rocco Fit, and I am here with
Evangeline DeAndre Lees.
And we are Unapologetically Mindful. The gist of this podcast is to really get people to understand that in order to be able to thrive in this life, you have to show up in the world as your most authentic, unapologetic self. And one of the biggest things that we want to preach to the community, is optimization within your mind, body, and spirit. So us as a pair are collectively working in order to be able to change the stigma between how the masculine and feminine energy in society is viewed, and ultimately being able to bring on guests that be able to add productive insight to you all.
And that includes diving deep in with yourself so that you can build intimate relationships with the people around you and raise a vibration. So we're going to be talking about everything mindfulness.
Wake up, goddammit. Hey, it's the producer and host of the Taj Longino Show, Taj Longino, and you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, at Taj Longino Show. Also, download the official app. It's available right now, iOS and Android, at Taj Longino Show. And, yeah. About to get busy, about to talk about relationships. By the end of this conversation, the goal is to educate through entertainment. We're going to entertain you, but we want to leave you with some knowledge and some game and some wisdom on this dating situation, love, marriage, and relationships. And hopefully you can take some of this with you and apply it in your everyday life. There it is.
Man, so it's really funny how we got to this point. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember it really rooted from the conversations that we used to have in the gym. And Taj would come at like that 5 o'clock hour. It's a very popular hour, so you got males, you got females in there. It was a time for interesting conversations. Yeah. And Taj was always known to be very controversial in the things that he said. And, it would get me like critically thinking though, like, cause I would be like, man, he does have a valid point, mm-hmm. But it's thought provoking.
By the time you thought about it, you text me later on or something, and you like, or next time you see me, it didn't always, and I've gotten better at that. It doesn't sound better coming off the tongue at first, but when you once you process and all that, you kind of see where I'm coming from.
Yeah. It's kind of like, that OG, he has a lot of wisdom, but it'd be like his delivery sometimes. I'd be like, all right.
I'm working on that.
Yeah. So what we diving into today, man?
Okay, so first of all, yes, I like your views when it comes to dating, relationships, because you really come from a very understanding, logical, not emotional, because I feel like that's a lot of what we see on the internet. Like, a lot of emotions out there. Like, come from a point of logic and understanding and reasoning. And I feel like you do just that, as I see, like, on your platform.
Appreciate it.
Y'all definitely got to tap into that. But I want to discuss today new age dating. Because, of course, some things has changed. Yeah. You can even shine a light. Has things really changed or just how it's been? But, I mean, dating, relationships aren't lasting as long as they used to, okay? So about the average person split up after about 2 years of dating. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With the main reasons being infidelity, financials, and then also just simple incompatibility.
And yeah, go ahead. I'm going to let you finish out there. That's, yes.
So the question is to you, why do you think it is that these new age relationships ain't lasting as long?
Because, first of all, people are impatient. They want everything instant like coffee. Mm-hmm. So the woman's not waiting around for you to get a bag. She wants the bag now. As soon as your bag runs out, she's going to the next bag. The men, honestly, I'm not a part of this new age group, so I really don't. But from what I see, it's a lot of insecurities. Right, and they're really emotional, and a lot of that probably comes from being a single parent home, watching your mom, and picking up some of those traits indirectly. It's not really their fault, right? I'm not having a male there to really show them how to, respond in an intelligent way versus always getting emotionally upset. It's a lot of reasons, but to speak to your point, that's really people usually always say it's the finances, it's the cheating. really, you won't even have those two if you did well in the selection process in the beginning. So the incompatibility is the main reason in my eyes, which leads to problems with cheating, which leads to problems in finances. And I spoke on this yesterday when I was live on TikTok. People are not doing well in the selection process. They go on these dates, right? They meet somebody, they go on dates, they go out of town, they have fun with the person, and they confuse that good time with them being a good mate. So if people did better with understanding how to, when you're in the dating game, how to filter out who's actually good, who would be a good person, a good mate for you, versus who just got the best sex or who got the most money or who dressed the best. And when you can start filtering out those in the right way, then you can eliminate some of these other things that go wrong later on. Because when you're in the filtering process, one of the things that people don't do, they don't ask the right questions. So when they start dating, they go on that first date or they have that first conversation, right? Hey, what you doing? Oh, no, when are you available? You know what I mean? But they never get down to really having the conversation that needs to be had. So that's why you have a lot of times when relationships go bad in the first 2 years, I can't believe she did that. I can't believe he did that. I can't. Yeah, I bet you can't because you didn't know him. And you didn't take time to study, learn, watch, listen, pay attention. You see what I'm saying? You just jumped right in there because, oh, man, she got a fat old, you know what I mean, or whatever. He looked good. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, he got a Maserati, but is he behind on bills? Yeah, he got a big house, but is he caught up if that house his? You know, I mean, like it's a bunch of different things people get caught up in. People get caught up in these relationships because they're looking at the wrong thing. And then by the time they get older and go through a bunch of experiences, good and bad, then they start understanding, right? But if you start that now, you can help eliminate some of that down the road.
So would you say, so from what I'm hearing you say, it ultimately roots down to awareness and especially self-awareness, because if an individual doesn't know their self, then they can't take the proper time to be able to get to know somebody else, because,
when people don't know, I saw this on a DVD one time, and I always use this quote. He said, nothing to keep you in check more than knowing who you are. Period. You know what I mean? So a lot of people are walking around with an identity crisis. They don't know who they are. So if you don't know who you are, you're struggling with that, and you don't know how to love yourself, how's somebody else going to do it?
Right.
And there's a lot of people on social media, these these relationship gurus or whatever you want to call them. Everybody's always talking about the negative side of relationships. Yeah. He cheated, he broke, or she this and she's that. But nobody's talking about the good side of it, the positive side of it, right? Being in a relationship is fun if you're with the right person. You know what I mean? Being in love is fun. That's a feeling that you can't even. Being in love is a feeling you can't describe. It is fun and exciting and enriching when you're in love and you're in the right relationship. Relationships are not all bad. Everybody's not out here in a messed up relationship. There's not a lot of people. There are some happy married couples out here. Everybody's not miserable, but we have a better chance of kind of slowing down the divorce rate and the relationships going bad if people start handling the process initially first. Take care of you. If you know you don't like a woman that smokes, why are you dating a woman that smokes? If you don't like a woman that's in the club all the time, well, if your woman's in the club Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you with the wrong person. If you don't like the fact that he sags his pants, why are you letting him walk past you with sag pants? I mean, it's simple stuff that people can do, but some people want love so much because, again, they're lacking that self-love. So they want love so much, they're willing to, I'll get over it, or I'll let it pass. But then sometime down the road, you've been letting this person get away with it so long, now it's getting on your nerves. Say something in the beginning, learn that, get through that process early. You know what I mean? That way you can, like I said, you can eliminate, headache down the road.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I feel that. And then, like you said, there's a lot of people on social media talking about the negative side. But not only that, but people look to social media for a lot of answers nowadays when it comes to this relationship and dating advice. And one thing they do go is to social media. And they don't sit there and look inside their relationship and ask, like, what's working for the two of us? Because every relationship at the end of the day, it's different. It's
Yep.
dependent on two people and their dynamic and how they want to operate in a relationship. And if you're looking outside for the answers all the time, it's like your relationship is destined to fail.
I think that's one of the best things that like we honestly do. Like me and Van, like I mean, we both Aquariuses for one, so we kind of like keep to ourselves. We try to keep to ourselves. You already know he's a Gemini.
We Geminis, man.
And the epitome of a Gemini. But yeah, that's something that we do.
How do
really
y'all get along? Y'all both Aquariuses. How does that work?
I don't.
We chilling.
Yeah, honestly, we don't.
But see, y'all, even we. I'm gonna let you go ahead.
It's like we're the same, but you know, there's definitely major differences.
Yeah, like I'm more emotionally balanced.
She keeps me grounded, like, cause I got a little fire, you know.
I ain't never seen
I'll
it.
just look at
Yeah,
him.
people never really see
ain't
my
never seen
fire.
it.
I get, you know, that's like,
Got a little bipolar.
like, yeah. To think about, in order to be, I think, a high level entrepreneur and you know a high achiever, like you gotta have fire in you, you know. But you don't.
Is that your way?
I mean, like I like you know like the Dame Dashes, the Diddies. Like I think I compare myself to them. You know, that's where I see myself, and even how when they were coming up, how they would speak to like their team and stuff like that. Like they'll tell you like I'll be like I'll snap on them. I'll snap because it's so passionate.
Yeah.
You know, so I get that passion for me can be good or it can be detrimental.
I've never seen that side.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, getting back to it, we never really let people in. Like, and it's not even like we let people in, but like we keep to ourselves, you know. And we are the basis of how we move is like we are firm on communication, you know, and even just being together, like. You know, we be learning new stuff about each other all the time because it's constantly evolving, you know. But I think when you go and start looking for outside opinions and stuff like that, people who don't even see the experience, people who aren't even seeing it from the true perspective, it's hard to be able to, you know, take all that information in without a, you know.
Here's the good and bad about bringing people into your business. You just can't bring the wrong person into your business. Everybody has to have somebody they can go to. You can't answer everything for yourself, right? So, because your mind could be playing tricks on you. You know what I mean? You could just be tripping. So, you might need to call that one friend. Hey, man, let me run this by you, man. Am I bugged out? You know what I mean? But if you gotta make sure you have the right person that you're talking to.
Yeah,
I just can't call.
That's huge.
You just can't call any of your friends. You got to make sure it's that one that's gonna give you that sound advice. Gonna give you that real. He's gonna be uncut raw. He's gonna tell you when you're right. He's gonna tell you when you're wrong. You know what I mean? That's the thing of putting people in your business. You know, and then people need to keep people need to keep social media out of their business. You don't need to post your personal life. First of all, people don't even care. They really don't care. You know, you ain't doing nothing but giving somebody else something to talk about. And the worst thing I've seen is where people putting all their business online, and then you go in there and genuinely ask, "Hey, you good? I don't want to talk about it." You just got done talking about this. You just got done talking about it on the feed. Now you don't want to talk about it. Okay, so don't worry about it. You're looking for attention. So you just, just keeping people out of your business, just making sure if you got somebody that's going to be in your business, just make sure it's somebody that's the right person. You know what I mean? In my crew, I'm that person. You know, people call me, and, hey, man, and I'm going to tell you. So everybody's got to have that one person.
Yeah, because I remember, back in the day when I was easily influenced, you go and talk to some of the homies and they like, yeah, bro, come on, go out with us, cheat on it. They actually influence that. And to have, it's not to say that if you go and commit an action like that, that's their fault. But like also, peer pressure and peer influence is a legitimate thing, especially for a man that is in his ego, So when I had those people around me, I was making bad decisions. But now that I have males that I can go to and have high level conversations with, get advice like, man, take some time for yourself and then go communicate, try to figure it out, make it work type situations, like that's huge, That's huge.
You just gotta have the right people, and you just gotta have the right people in your life. That's it. If you got the wrong people, they're gonna lead you, like you said, they're gonna lead you in that direction you don't want to be, and then you got to find yourself. As soon as you get busted, now you got to come up with these excuses. You got to have the apologetic tour and all that other stuff. No, I mean that's serious. You just, again, I just want to push the narrative that being in a relationship, there's nothing wrong with being in relationships. It's nothing wrong with being in a relationship. There's nothing wrong with being in love. People got to stop this thing. I don't understand this, and to go along with that, these dudes, man, and you talk about today. The bros over hoes, and y'all spend y'all more time with y'all homies than you do your girl. Like, I don't understand that. What are you doing
weird
with your brothers that you gotta have them around all the time? If I got, like, I don't want to see you every day. I need to go over here because there's some things I can do with her I can't do with y'all. So I don't know.
For me, I have a few male friends and figures in my life that but the majority of people in my life are females, and that's because a book I read, The Way of the Superior Man. They essentially said when you have that feminine nature and that feminine power working in your favor, it's like magic. So for me, I had to learn to be able to differentiate what these different women were supposed to be in my life. One of them is supposed to be my intimate partner, obviously, my life partner, stuff like that. But I'm not supposed to be intimate with all these women. Some of these women are just supposed to be friends. Some of these women I just do business with. Some of these women, are there for me in times where I'm grieving, whatever the case may be. But as a superior man, we got to be able to differentiate that, and it works in our favor. So when I see a man that's hanging around a bunch of dudes, I really do think that's weird, because look at the animal kingdom. Look at lions. Lions don't hang out with other lions. A grown male alpha lion is not hanging out with a bunch of lions. Come on, paparazzi hanging around in my group, carrying around. No, they're not doing that. That's not it. They hanging around in the lion's den with the lioness, and the lioness be the one who are really about that.
Yep.
So I think us
great
as
analogy.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little funny, but great analogy.
Great analogy.
And people think that, well, I'm not even going to say people, but I get this a lot because we both have, of course, friends of the opposite sex, but it's now, I don't know if it's just our generation. I don't know if it's the generation before. Honestly, my parents growing up, my mom didn't have a lot of guy friends. My dad didn't have he ain't have no female friends. She was not playing that. but I'm just very comfortable with him having female friends, me having guy friends, and maintaining that platonic relationship, because I feel like it's good to be able to maintain a platonic relationship so that you can prove to yourself and knowing yourself, okay, I can maintain a platonic relationship. Not every time I see a person, I'm going to go for them if they're the opposite sex. And I get a lot of the time, how do you do that?
How do you do that? Because, look, I could go down a long rabbit hole on this one, but I'm not. But it is very difficult for two people to have that relationship when one person is attracted to the other. I don't. It's gonna be very difficult.
That attraction's always gonna be there, though.
Yeah.
As a male, we're always going to naturally be attracted to women.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
But I'm saying it's gonna be hard. It's a matter of time before that becomes a problem. If that man is your friend and he's in the back of his mind, it's I'm just waiting on Ryan to mess up. If he could just I'm dead serious. I'm just waiting on him. You know what? You having a bad day? I understand. Yeah, he just got a little while longer. I'm telling you, because I was that dude. I was a guy that a lot of people, when I was in that time period, 8 years of being single, I was a guy a lot of my female friends ran to. Oh yes, I can't believe him, piece of shit. You know what I mean? But I mean.
But look, that was the basis of the relationship, though. The basis of the relationship was them coming to you like that. There wasn't boundaries. And all these relationships you have to have boundaries. And you have to have discipline also. You know what I mean?
Look, man, stop.
That's be y'all old school.
Nah, man. No.
But the thing is,
because they're not going to tell you.
They're not. We already know. I know those women want me. You know what I mean?
People can fake it. Trust me. They can fake it. That shit sounds good.
They do.
They can fake it. You
And they
know
do.
when a guy's really not attracted to, she knows. She knows. They know when a guy's really not attracted to them, and they know the ones that really.
They all attracted to me.
Yeah.
all of
It's
them.
like the attraction's
All of
already
them.
good. It's always
It's
going to be
there.
there, bro.
Hey man, you know, whatever operation works, right? Whatever works.
But-
I'm just saying it becomes an issue. I always use this analogy.
When do you
say
think it becomes an issue? When do you think it becomes an
when they can't you know what, they can't control that shit no more. When they can't control their emotions of just being a friend, that's when it becomes
When
an issue.
who,
Then-
like both parties? Or
I'm just saying
one?
more so than the men and the women. Women can put it to the side a little more than the men do. When men got an urge and they really want somebody, it's only a matter of time before they break down.
So you essentially saying that a man is incapable of doing that.
I tell you what, and I'm not going to use her as please. I'm not going to use her. I'm going to use just somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
All them guys, right? Accidentally drop your pants and see what happens. I guarantee you ain't go, oh, that's my friend. I would never. Before she even stands up good. I'm telling you, it's what it is. It's going to be hard to do that when people are really attracted. If you're a friend, you're a friend. You know who exactly the friends are. You know the ones that is buying their time. I'm just telling you from experience, from experience, man. In my piece of shit years, I'm just telling you. I mean, hey, you know, whatever works. But if it works, it works. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying people only can do that for so long until, you know,
Yeah, and
until they violate the friendship some kind of way.
I really think it's all about like the boundaries and someone being aware of that. Because yeah, to a certain extent, a person can fake it. But I guess I'm the type of person where I can see. Like I see before I even know. Like it's obvious. It's energy. And if I feel like a person, or if he feels like a person is coming into that space where it's like they have that attraction towards me, or even if they even try to show it slightly, it's like strict boundaries on that. And some people don't make it past that, okay, I got to set boundaries with that person. And boundaries go as far as a conversation. Like, be real with the person about it. Because people do be hiding how they feel and stuff all the time. But
as soon as you gotta have that conversation, you're gonna have to cut them off.
Exactly.
It's not really. It wasn't really. It was a friend, but it was a friend with potential opportunity of what they had and what they had. You know what I mean? So you got to cut that. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes that's why it doesn't work. A lot of times, it does not work. Especially if you're not a high value man, right? This is a new phrase going around. High value man, right? If you're not a high value man, you're a low value man. You got this high value, and all she got is high level male friends. That's not going to work. That's that insecurity. It's not going to work. It's going to be a problem.
See, that's why I like the superior man, the way of the superior man. Like, to be in, like, because when a man has control of his sexual desires, a man is a superior man.
What's the number one leading industry in the world?
Probably sex. I don't know.
Porn.
Yeah.
So that control your sex, only a small percentage of them people know how to do that.
Yeah,
exactly. But that's where I think
what I mean?
that's genuinely where I do think that it starts. Because I would be lying as a male if I didn't say, at one point, like, I did watch porn. But when I pulled myself
I'm not saying watching porn. I'm saying, you're saying men control their sexual desires.
But look, that's what I'm saying. That's that's part of it. I watch porn, and essentially as part of controlling my sexual desires, I stopped watching porn. I don't watch other people have sex no more. Like, that is hard for a lot of men to do. It's hard for a lot of men not to masturbate. Like, I don't masturbate. TMI. That's discipline. Yeah, there ain't no TMI. There ain't no TMI because I'm here to speak the real, and that's nothing but real. But like as a man, like that's an urge that's hard to control. Right. But when you start to be able to fortify your mind in that sense that you can be disciplined on those type of things, you can do everything. Now, the average man. Now, it was good to hear that you actually had hope that it can be done, because I am doing it.
Yeah, I'm not saying it can't.
There's people, the majority of the people, like, they can't. It's not.
They can't, and they ain't going to, and they ain't trying to. All right, so I'm saying, no, it's good. There are a small percentage of guys like yourself who have that control. And that takes a lot to be able to do that. I don't think people understand how hard that truly is to have that control.
Very disciplined.
But it also comes with your past experiences and where you want to be at, but it also comes with the partner that you have as well. The partner you have is so great, you want to have that control as well. So that helps. That's where having a great relationship comes into play, and why it is good to have that partnership, that friendship. Because once you got that friendship, once you got that foundation built on friendship, it's hard to break that. And that's what makes a relationship last, to me, a long time. A lot of people just jump into these relationships. They ain't friends. They just having fun because it's sexual or it's financial. Yeah. They don't have they're not built, it's not built on nothing. So that's why when the first argument they had, they gone. You know what I mean? But when you have that foundation built on friendship and it's organic and it's natural, it wasn't forced, then you have a high chance of success in your relationship.
Yeah. And with that being said, though, why you always gotta laugh at me? But with that being said, since it's like it's so hard for, men, I guess women too, to a certain extent, to stay, monogamous to one person. And at the end of the day, only like 3 to 5% of mammals are even monogamous. So do you even think?
I was like, hold on, where did that statistic?
Literally, only 3 to 5. And then look it up. Only about 3 to 5 of mammals are monogamous.
That's a small percentage.
A small percentage. So with us, do you think that monogamy is natural, or is it something that's forced?
I mean, when you drop that statistic, that makes things interesting.
I don't know. I don't know. I just think we're in a sexual society, in today's world. So everything is sex. You go on Twitter right now, it ain't Twitter. Twitter's half political, half porn, literally.
Yeah.
Like I don't need.
So a lot of the social media sites. Really
I'm talking about like porn. Like you can go strictly talking to Donald Trump, go from Donald Trump to that, all in one app. It's crazy.
It's like that now?
Yeah. Yes.
I didn't know that.
No, every time I'm on Instagram, I'm a woman. Oh, and it was 3 to 5%. But I'm a woman, and every time I go to Instagram and go to my Explore page, ass, girls with their legs open. I'm like, whoa, geesh.
Yeah, and you don't even have to be looking for it. It's just gonna pop. Your Explorer page is supposed to be a reflection of what you be searching for and what you look for. It's gonna be there regardless, because that's just the world we live in now. And then, women call men dogs and we ain't shit and all this other stuff, but we can't do nothing without the woman's approval. So we ain't shit. What are women who allow men to act like that, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I just had to throw that out there.
So everybody needs to set their boundaries.
Yeah. I mean, it's again. I just think it goes back to what I said earlier, man. Just making sure that the person that you're with, that you're wanting to be in a relationship with, is the person that don't force it. If she ain't calling you back, if you're the person that's leading the way in this conversation and you're pushing it, right? You're pushing for this to work, and you're always the first person to call, the first person to text, the first person to orchestrate a date or whatever the case may be. Fall back. See where they at. It's as simple as not go. They go 24 hours and they used to talking to you every day, and then they go 24 hours and they ain't reached out to you and just said, hey, everything good? Then that's an easy red flag to recognize, and that could tell you a whole lot right there. People just not doing the simple things, man. They just get with people. I just see the recklessness of how people get with each other, and they wonder why the shit don't work. Excuse my language. And they wonder why it don't work. Because they're not taking those early steps to eliminate people all day long. So a lot of people don't want to hurt people's feelings. Yeah. But I'd rather hurt your feelings early than later.
So you think essentially like that's the driving factor in this shift in general of people becoming more, coming out as more non-monogamous?
I don't know. I just think people just need to be, I'll tell you what, people need to be honest up front about what they want. Mm-hmm. So if all you want is somebody to have a good time with, establish that every person that you meet. If you want a relationship, establish that in every person that you meet. You dig what I'm saying? Like, establish your expectation up front. Lay it on the line early so that way they can determine, I've been through this, man. Me and this lady one time went out to eat, and I said, hey, look, man, I'm not looking for nothing. I just trying to find whatever we do, but I don't want a relationship. She was like, oh, that's what I'm on. I said, sweet. Well, about, a couple weeks later, I think I'm worth more. Where do we go wrong here? In the contract, it stated that we are just going to have fun. There's no relationship requirement moving forward. Where did you talk about you needed you worth more? You might be. I'm not going to find out because that wasn't my goal and my intention. We had this discussion already. You signed. Then a lot of people be breaking these verbal contract agreements and getting mad when people don't respond the way they want to. That's why they be like, I see these young dudes all the time. What's the dude? Blueface.
Oh my God.
Him and this girl.
That is
That's a disaster waiting to happen. And people are sitting back laughing at that shit. They sitting up there entertaining it, but somebody's gonna end up seriously hurt.
Yeah, most definitely.
So they're not, anybody's not stepping into that situation. I got a daughter. You got one time. I don't care if it's her fault or not. You got one time. One time, and they're gonna find you somewhere,
Didn't she break a bottle on his head or
Yeah.
something like that?
But people need to, and that's what I'm saying. He don't really love her. Come to find out, that's a business arrangement that they have. So you going through all this for somebody you don't even. What's the point?
Yeah.
And you're setting a bad example to the rest of the generation who follows y'all. Mm-hmm. Y'all making them think that stuff is cool. And everybody's situation ain't gonna end like y'all's.
Nope.
So, I mean, people got to be careful with what we push out there, what we're showing people, and ultimately what you're dealing with, man. Show somebody. I want to see more. I want to see more reality TV shows of people being in love. It might be boring, but I'd rather see that than see the consistent, toxic stuff that I watch, that I see on TV every time.
So what would you say that your opinion is in terms of monogamy versus polygamy? Like, where's your stance?
Hey, man, I tell you what, man, whoever can pull that off, man, you're a bad dude, man. You're a bad dude. Salute to you.
Some dudes do.
Yeah, I know a few, personally.
Yeah.
I know a few that my guys who.
Like, they have multiple, like, what does that look like?
Relationship?
Now, look, man, I'm not going to put his business out there as my guy, but he lives that lifestyle, right? And I've been to his crib. I've sat back and I just wanted to see. I said, damn, this shit really works. I said, what the fuck? I said, I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something. And it, like, then he started a podcast. Their podcast was based around that topic. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, damn, they really, I don't know. I got to, But it's going to be hard. Everybody's not going for that lifestyle. No. But it works for those that it works for. But it has to be, both parties got to be cool with it. And, I've seen it for myself, put it like that. I've seen it with my own two eyes up close and personal that it works. And everybody's happy. So I think it's leading more towards that way. Mm-hmm. Because, look, most women are going to get cheated on. It's just going to happen. You're not going to stop it, right? Y'all both looking at me with these blank, like y'all understand.
When you
like
say
you
that,
understand what I'm saying.
Hold up. I got a question. I got a question.
When you start looking at people like, why are you looking at me?
Y'all looking at me like y'all don't understand what the hell I'm saying.
So do you mean most like at some point in their life
Brian,
they're going to get cheated on, or continuously they're going to get cheated on?
Most girls do get cheated on. That's
yeah.
And most guys get and a lot of guys get cheated on.
Yeah, a lot of guys.
A lot of women when I was out there moving around,
and they be just hiding it.
A lot of women I was moving around when I was out moving around, the chicks they had relationships. They was involved. And there was nothing. They didn't feel bad about it. Shit, it is what it is. So you made me lose my thought when y'all was looking at me like that. I lost my whole train of thought, man. Like y'all totally confused.
I was with you. I was just intrigued,
especially when you're dealing with men with money and power. Mm-hmm. That's it comes with it. What's the dude of Amazon? What's his name?
Jeff
Bezos.
Yeah. Jeff Bezos, yeah.
Didn't he get divorced? One of the richest men in the world.
I feel like all of them ultimately end up getting divorced.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, man, women, don't no woman want no broke ass man. But even one of the richest men in the world couldn't keep his wife. What'd that tell you? So what I'm saying is,
so you see money as being a foundational root
in
look,
relationships. Money or just value
E40 said it best, man. She don't love you. She just used to you.
Wow.
She don't
She just used to you.
That do be a lot of relationships.
Yeah, and yeah, you can. I see a lot of guys, and I'm switching. I'm talking all over the place. So just keep me back on track. If I'm a Gemini, man, we get scatterbrained. But if I seen a lot of guys who lead with their wallet, right? Everything's about the money that they put in because they feel like, based on what everybody's saying, how society is, you got to have that bag and you got to be able to fund this relationship. You got to be able to fund her lifestyle, right? And at the end of it, they're like, everything I bought for her, everything I did, I paid all the bills. She still left. Yeah, because she ain't love you. The money ain't going to make her stay. The money ain't going to make her loyal. The money's just going to keep her around because you funding what she needs. You know what I mean? So you want somebody that's going to be there for your personality, not your pocket. Mm-hmm. If she's there for your pocket and not your personality, bro, it's only a matter of time. And then one thing that happens, especially in the city of Nap, where it's small, you're going to trick off on that. She's going to go tell her girlfriend, and eventually you're going to meet somebody else. You're going to do the same thing, and eventually the word going to start getting out. You get with him, man, he's going to spend that money on you. And now this is what you become. Get with somebody. This goes back to what I said earlier. All leads back to this whole thing, the selection process, man. Make sure you get with somebody who values what you value, who believe in what you believe. Y'all don't have to agree on everything, but your morals and everything has to line up. So you're not out here wasting time and money. You know what I mean? I know people who put people through college and they left them. You know what I would do? I started through college, you cut out on me.
But also that's why it's like the foundation of the relationship has to be so much more than money. You know what I mean? Because ultimately you should be able to take money away from the situation and like to be able to say that I still love this person. And at the root of, and if you can't do that, if money is money is never going to make a relationship work. No way, shape, or form.
I tell you what it is, but it'll make it last a little longer.
It'll make it last. It would definitely make it last.
They get real comfortable. Yeah, like, what the situation is.
You know what? I guarantee you what. Have a bankroll. I guarantee when you cheat, she ain't run out that door as quick as that nigga that broke.
Yeah.
Shit, I will.
You know what I mean? But that's you.
Everybody's that's me. And everybody's not me. And
everybody's not you, right? But there's a lot of women who will go ahead and deal with it because you spending that bread. And they can keep their money and you go ahead and do you. I know you doing you, whether I caught you or not, I know you doing you, so I'm gonna go do me and everybody's gonna be happy. Until I can't deal with it no more, and then I'm going to move on. I tell you, I done seen it all, man. I done seen it all. And so back to your original, you got me off track. Back to that original question about polygamy. I believe that's the way to, because that's why I went with the cheating thing, because most women are going to get cheated on. So why not? I mean, if that's going to, some women are doing it because they know the man going to cheat, so they just going to leave him to an open relationship or polygamy relationship or whatever. Most people are doing it the wrong way. I see a lot of them on TikTok. They're just doing it just to have somebody extra to have sex with.
What do you think the right way looks like?
What my partner's doing. It's supposed to be about building and stretching out the wealth. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be more about financial and how we can, you know what I mean, bring this whole thing together. It's not the sexual part is not really the primary reason for polygamy.
Yeah, it's not. I also think, like what you said earlier, the selection process, and that goes into knowing what it is that you want.
Yeah.
So if you want, and it's all up to the individual person, but that goes to even like write down a list of what you want, because y'all really firstly going out there just blindly and then going for anything just based off of how you feel in the moment. That's just not the right thing to do. Like, be logical, come up with a list, because love is very much out of logic, okay? Love ain't just like, it's not solely based on feeling. Like, it's also to a certain extent like logic. Is this good for me? Is this making me a better person? Or is it not? And when people figure out what they want, they might go into the situation where it's like, you know what? I do want to be open to loving more than one person. I do want to be able to like building, and I want to find somebody to do that with. And shit, and if you don't, then that's also okay. It's just like really be for real about what it is that you want. But that gets to knowing yourself.
I got something for y'all. So the definition of monogamy is two people pairing up in a sexual and socially exclusive way for a period of time, months to years, whatever the case may be, right? So like for me, I could never see polygamy working, right? That's just for me, but this is my stance on it. Because for me, I feel like that I can be monogamous, meaning, you know, sexually and socially exclusive to my partner Evangeline. And I feel like but I also feel like, you know, I can have relationships with, you know, my female counterparts where, you know, we do have a love for each other, but it's more based on friendship. It's more based on, you know, growing together, being partners. Like, I don't have to be sexual with them, you know what I mean? Because I have somebody who fulfills me in every way that I need, you know, from an unconditional love standpoint. So I don't feel like I need multiple, like I would never want to be sexually active with multiple women, because that's a sacred energy exchange. That's energy exchange. Whatever they got going on, we digging into that. It's a lot deeper than just like, you know, sex to
do
me.
you have a celebrity crush?
I do.
Who's your celebrity crush?
Rihanna. I love Rihanna.
Okay. Rihanna. All right, so Rihanna walks into this room, and
No,
you got that much control. Rihanna can walk into the room, and you're gonna control. You have that much control. You're a bad dude, man.
Yeah.
You need to teach a class.
I
I'm gonna tell you right now, fumbling.
I tell Babe all the time. I'll be like,
me no.
I love
before.
Rihanna. Like I really like Rihanna. That's always been like that's the only female concert I've ever been to. But like at the end of the day, you put Rihanna in this room. Mm-hmm. And no, I'm not bending. I'm not folding, because that's a test of loyalty and integrity. That's just like somebody giving me saying I'm gonna give. That's like somebody saying that I'm gonna give you $1 billion to go and do something that's against your integrity. I value my character.
Give me an example.
Huh?
Give me an example.
What you mean?
It's $1 billion, a lot of money. So what are we talking about?
I mean, just anything. I can't think of anything that would test my integrity,
Yeah,
my
no,
character.
I asked him. I said, "Did I ask you the other day?" I was like, "Would you cheat on me for like $1 million or something like that?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "Nigga, what?"
Because what is that gonna do?
But then I was like, you know what?
What if your house rent get taken, your car get ready to get...
God got me in some way, shape, or form. God ain't gonna let me fall. Like what? I'm gonna be relying. I'm gonna be relying.
I can't even argue. I can't even debate that.
You
can't argue
but
that.
Look, I'm like, to me, I just can't put my character on the line just to be able to get some type of materialistic value, you know, or get.
Could save your life. So let's say she need an emergency. Let's say she need a surgery. You ain't got the money. The bank ain't gonna lend it to you. You ain't got nobody to go get you the money. And he's saying, "Look, now I'll go ahead and cover this surgery."
He's making up impossible situations.
Look. Hey, look, I get it, but I know what they. So, you know, the surgery $500,000. You gonna have to sleep with her. Hey, man, she gonna pay for it. All you gotta do is, what you gonna do?
Hey,
a little quiet over there, buddy. You're not so short anymore, are you?
Because I'm just like, I mean, that's a whole, that's an impossible situation. Like at the end of the day, if her life depended on it, I mean,
but everything ain't about the
I don't
material.
know how
So I'm just using that example. Like, you doing that was not about the material. It was about saving her life. So I'm just using, this is a big extreme.
Situational.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but it would have to be
so you
extremely.
Everything's for sale at some point. Everybody got a price.
Yeah, and that's extremely situational, depending on how, like, what it is.
I'll prove that to you. That
but look, that's a good point to cap it off on. So to wrap up every episode, you know, we pretty much ask every guest, you know, what type of value do you have to give to our viewers today in the sense of being your most unapologetic and authentic self?
We're gonna go back to something.
Oh,
Can we go? We got time? Because we missed a few things. We missed one crucial thing. One crucial thing to text me.
What is it?
Okay. Yeah, I sorry about that. I didn't do that on your own show, but reason people can't handle breakups. That is a big thing. A lot of reason why people can't handle breakups is because people can't handle wins and it's about wins and losses, right? So you lose somebody close to you, and I've seen this happen 1,000 times. They want you back not because they miss you or they in love with you. They want you back so they don't keep looking embarrassed on why you left. Some people can't handle the embarrassment. Some people can't handle the question of why y'all not together no more. What did you do? She was a great woman. You got a good thing going. You know what I mean? So a lot of people can't handle the L of the breakup. That's why a lot of people can't handle breakups. A lot of time they don't even want the person back, man. But when they do, it's just to prove that I got you back. And then it's only a matter of time before they repeat the same action. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that's why a lot of people, I just wanted to touch on that. I was hoping you was going to ask me about that.
I mean, that's free game for the people right there.
Yeah, I man. That's why a lot of people can't handle breakups. So you break up with somebody, stand on it. I tell people all the time, be able to live with your decision. Because I can. You know what I mean? Once you make that decision of you don't want me and you have walked away from me, only thing I want to see is your back. Because you can't come back around this way. You see what I'm saying? So people got to be able to handle being broke up, and they got to handle when they do the breakup. Don't get down the street like, damn, don't really make them. You know what? She really wasn't that bad. Too little, too late. Yeah. You know what I mean? Be able to stand on it. Be able to live with it. Trust me. I told somebody, we ain't about to go on all that, but be able to live with it. And that's the thing about the breakups. So I just wanted to speak on that.
Oh, yeah. Yes. So basically, synopsis of new age dating, 3 takeaways that they can have from this is really just like knowing who they are, selecting their person wisely, and really being okay with the decisions that you make.
I like that. And it really is. And people really be honest up front about your intentions. Be honest up front about your intentions. Thoroughly go filter out the selection of the people that you are dating to figure out who's going to be the best person, and then be, like you said, live with your decisions after that, and be able to live with whatever the outcome is of that relationship, whether it works or not. This was fun.
Yeah,
this was longer, man.
Man, yeah, we definitely gonna have to run it back because I feel like we really could have sat here and talked for about 2 to 3 hours on this topic.
So
we just scratching the surface, though. We just scratching the surface, though. There's gonna be some more conversation, and definitely, we recommend that everybody go check out my man Taj on TikTok, on Instagram. Yeah. You see, we got the wake up.
Yeah, let me
gear.
Real quick, let me break that down. So Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I go live within my app. You can go on any of my social media pages, click the link in the bio, download the app, sign up for free. We go live Sunday night inside the app, and we can do whatever we want. Social media can't shut me down. That's one thing my app allows that other people don't. Now, the wake up is the slogan. Wake up, goddammit, it means just wake up to some new knowledge, gain wisdom, understanding. Wake up. If you'll sleep at the wheel, you'll sleep at life. Wake up. That's what wake up is all about. Merch is available on that, and merch is available on my Longino collection line. Wake up, goddammit.